Bell rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Thursday the 19th of the 8th, 2021. Time is just gone 04:30 GMT, 4:30 in the morning. Asian session coming to a close, European session firing up, our lunchtime North American session. Right, yesterday, Wednesday the 18th then, we had a negative unopposed driver in the yen at -81. And we had no backdoor flows. The opposing positive flows were going into the pound at +65, into the euro at +12, and the dollar was the positive rock at +4, activity ±81. Intra-week then becoming more relevant because we're at Thursday. This is from Monday the 16th to the 8th, open to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a positive opposed driver in the dollar, +308. Front and back door flows mainly coming out the pound at -236, out the euro -188, and the yen was the positive rock at +116, activity ±424. So yesterday we had a weak yen to the exclusion of everything else, driving positive flows mainly into the dollar, into the pound, sorry. And over the week we've had the dollar being the positive opposed driver, so we've had a strong dollar over the week. And a weak yen yesterday. And intraday then, this is the Asian session to about 15 minutes ago, where we've got a positive unopposed driver in the dollar at +111, no backdoor flows, the opposing negative flows mainly coming out the yen at -68, out the pound at -23, and the euro was the negative rock at -20, activity ±111. Right, what's going to knock it about, or has knocked it about? Let's have a look. So yesterday was the Fed minutes. We had positive GBP data yesterday, neutral euro data basically. This morning, the 19th to the 8th, we had positive AUD unemployment rate data, and Friday tomorrow we got China rates decision and CAD retail sales. The gist of the Fed minutes really is there's sort of a mixed reaction to whether they're going to taper this year or next year or at some later stage. And looking forward, we've got this Jackson Hole summit, which is basically some sort of economic summit between the 26th and 28th next week. And they'll be talking more about this taper issue. And it basically revolves around, will they taper sooner, or will it dirge on? So, and the market's undecided at the moment. Anyway, so let's have a look at the flows and the asset classes, and then we'll make some hopefully sensible decisions about what's going to happen today in terms of moves. Right, so euro then. The euro is strong, except against the dollar, the pound and the CAD, which is stronger. The yen is weak, except against the New Zealand dollar. The pound is strong, except against the dollar and the CAD. The Swiss is weak, except against the yen, the AUD and the NZD. The CAD is strong, except against the dollar. The AUD is weak, except against the yen and the NZD. The NZD is weak across the board, and the dollar is strong across the board. Right, so what have we got then? We've got dollar strength in the Asian session, and as we said, we've got the dollar is the unopposed positive driver at the moment. and we've got New Zealand weakness still off the back of this COVID issues and the fact that they put off their rate hike, and the market was fully focused on everything was great in New Zealand for a long while, as we know, because we've been selling the New Zealand dollar with great difficulty for months. Anyway, and so take your pick in the middle. So you've got dollar strength, New Zealand weakness, take your pick in the middle. Right, so let's have a look at the asset classes, and then, as I said, we'll try and make some sense of where the market's going today, which is the important bit, really. Right, so US dollar index. Right, US dollar index basically had that pump and it had that double top. It came off, and we've broken the high now, and we're operating at the recent above the recent model double top. Right, so that's gold. In theory, shouldn't like that at all. So gold's had that sort of situation, and it's basically 0.45 from the floor, below half marks. Gold come up a bit recently, but it's still struggling with this dollar. Oil's got this sort of dirging down look, and it's 0.20 from the floor, so 20% from the model floor. Wall Street basically has had that double break, and it's come back. It's 0.25 from the high, so Wall Street's come off about 25% from our modelled high. S&P, what have we got? We've got a similar situation, and that's actually 0.25 from the modelled high, 25%. And the tech has been more reticent in coming off. It's 0.17 from the high, so 17% off the high. So equities had a dip yesterday, 25 to 17%, right, off the model high, right, which is different obviously from the market price. Right, so what have we got? US 10-year, which is the bond price. So basically the US 10-year, the price was pumping up, yields were coming off, they came back, and we're now at 0.31 from the high. So with about 31% off the high, but yields are starting to come off because this is the price, and the bund, which is the European equivalent, had this sort of look about it, and it's 0.10, 10% from the high. So these are the prices. So relatively speaking, euro yields are slightly weaker than US yields, but both sets of yields are starting to come off as the prices are coming up. Right, copper. Copper we thought might perk up a bit yesterday, and actually, so it had that big break. It came back. It's now operating sub. It's minus 0.18 from the floor, so it's dropped about 18% from our modelled floor. So copper's very soft indeed at the moment, but it's right for a ping up, and we thought it might have been yesterday, but it wasn't, due to many factors, the Fed minutes being the major one probably. So copper, and then we've got US steel, which is basically looks like this. It's come off, it's broken, and it's above. It's where is it? 0.125 from the high, from the new high. So US steel broke, and then it came back, but it's still about 12.5% from the modelled high. Right, so that's where we are. Let's just have a quick rub this off, and then try and make some sense of what's going to happen, and if you're day trading or position trading or whatever. Right, so let's grab all this. Right, so we've got in the flows then. So over this week, we've got dollar strength driving. So over the week, so this is intra week. This week we've got the dollar is the positive opposed driver at plus 308, and the pound has been the main loser. Yesterday, basically the yen was coming off, was the negative unopposed driver, and the pound was the positive, on the positive end of it. And in the Asian session, we've got the dollar as the unopposed. So we've got the dollar as the unopposed positive driver, with the yen weak. So we've got the yen negative there. So and last week, just to give you an idea, the yen was the positive opposed driver. So the yen had plenty of room to come off. We've been saying the yen should weaken, and yesterday the yen was the negative. So despite the fact that equities come off, and you normally get this positive equity transmission in the yen, because of the positioning, the yen was entitled to come off, and it did so. And then you had this situation, right? So in terms of the majors, then you've got the dollar, the euro, the yen, and the pound. The dollar, where is it? The dollar's the positive unopposed driver in the Asian session. That means one of two things. It can either mean the further ramp up or peak. It's likely to be a peak in the dollar. So you're likely to see this sort of reaction in the dollar this morning. So it may go up a little bit further, but we're going to be looking at the dollar on the short side. So you've got this hockey stick effect. So the dollar's likely to be soft, and if you look, the main loser was the pound and the yen. So the yen's still got plenty of manoeuvring room to come off, and equities may well bounce. So you may get the negative equity transmission in the yen. So the yen's likely to be neutral to negative. The euro is starting to come up, so that's neutral to positive. And the pound is likely to come up. So, and the pound's had positive data. So you're likely to see sort of on the plus side, it's likely to be pound, euro, and on the negative side, that's likely to be the batting order going down. So that's what we think. And in the commodities, the New Zealand dollar is out of favour at the moment, but watch out, it may have a little bit of bounce. So, but we're not sure about that. But that's reasonably sound, that situation there with the majors. So hope that was useful. See you tomorrow for the daily briefing. Thank you for watching.